The North Wind and the Sun. This is a story about a competition between the North Wind and the Sun. You see, the North Wind was very, very strong, and he liked to boast about how strong he was. Dwi mor gryf. Can you all say that? Dwi mor gryf. Because when the North Wind blew, the trees would shake. The leaves would take off from the branches. People lost tiles from their rooftops. Dwi mor gryf, said the North Wind. But the North Wind really wanted to prove just how strong he was. So he decided to have a competition with none other than the Sun himself, yr haul. Hey, you, said the North Wind to the Sun. Why don't we have a competition, see which of us is the strongest? That sounds wonderful, said the Sun, who was always smiling. And Gwenny, can you all do that? Gwenny. That sounds wonderful. What is the competition you had in mind? Said the North Wind, and he looked down, and there, below them, far, far down, on the earth, was a man walking along a road through a forest. Aha! I've got it, said the North Wind. We're going to see which of us can get that man to take off his jacket the quickest. Wonderful, said the Hail. And he was again, Gwenny. Wonderful. You go first. So, the North Wind, he took a deep breath, and a little vow. Can everyone do this together? And he blew. And of course, the trees began to shake, and the leaves flew off from the branches. And that man walking along the road, he held his jacket closer to himself because the wind had started up. And the North Wind went on. He blew and he blew and he blew. Dyma fe'n chwythu a chwythu a chwythu. But that man walking along the road did not take his coat off. He kept his coat as close as possible to him. The North Wind tried all that he could to blow the coat off him, but he was holding it tight. And finally, the North Wind completely ran out of wind, ran out of puff. And he turned to the Sun and he said, "It's your turn." And the Sun, dyma fe'n Gwenny. He smiled, he shone, this beautiful warm golden light down upon the man, and the man walking through the forest, he began to feel a bit sweaty. And he undid one button on his jacket, and then he undid the other, and the next, and then he took it off. And the North Wind turned to the Sun and said, "How in the world did you do that?" "I was kind to him," said the Sun, "and kindness always works better than unkindness." And that's the end of the story. Is it windy where you are today? Is it sometimes windy and sunny at the same time, like in this story?